The Enigma of the Stone Lake. A family decided to move to a rural area, seeking tranquility away from the hustle and bustle of the big city. They found the perfect house, a charming property with a large lake in the backyard and an imposing stone in the center, surrounded by serene waters. However, they were unaware that this change would bring with it mysterious and dark secrets. Upon arriving at the new residence, they were greeted by neighbors with looks of fear and nervousness, which left them intrigued and uneasy. Nonetheless, they chose not to pay much attention to the strange looks and focused on settling into their new home. The family had an affectionate dog named Max, who was thrilled to discover the large lake in the backyard. Max was an excellent swimmer, and, on the day after the move, he ran to the lake, eager to take a dip. While swimming, Max approached the stone in the center of the lake, dove near it, and returned to the surface agitated and frightened. The two teenagers in the family, Pedro and Sofia, watched Max play in the lake and were perplexed by the unusual behavior of the dog. They saw Max dive near the stone and return scared, as if he had witnessed something terrifying in the dark waters of the lake. Intrigued and somewhat apprehensive, Pedro and Sofia decided to investigate further. With caution, they approached the lake and spotted the large stone in the center, whose waters seemed darker and deeper than usual. A shiver ran down their spines as they realized that something sinister could be hidden in the depths of the lake of stone. From that moment on, the family found themselves involved in a chilling mystery, where the lake of stone hid ancient and dangerous secrets. They could hardly imagine the disturbing discoveries they were about to make as they unraveled the mysteries surrounding that mysterious place. As days went by, Max's behavioral change became increasingly evident. The dog, once cheerful and playful, now seemed scared and reluctant to approach the lake. He avoided the water at all costs, and when he did approach, he emitted fearful growls, as if something beneath the waves deeply frightened him. Concerned about Max's disturbing behavior, the family began to confine him indoors, fearing that something terrible might happen to him if he continued to venture near the lake. However, even indoors, Max remained restless and uneasy, as if constantly on alert for imminent danger. Pedro and Sofia, the family's teenagers, were determined to unravel the mystery behind Max's strange behavior in the lake of stone. They spent hours watching the lake, trying to understand what could be causing their loyal companion so much fear. Meanwhile, the atmosphere in the house became tense and filled with apprehension, with the family constantly worried about what might be hidden in the dark depths of the lake of stone. They could hardly wait to uncover the truth behind the mysteries haunting that place and restore the peace and tranquility they had once felt when they moved to that rural property. On a summer afternoon, Pedro decided to confront his fears and dive into the lake of stone. As he approached the dark waters, a feeling of discomfort enveloped him, but he ignored his concerns and bravely plunged in. Upon emerging from the depths, Pedro felt something change within him. An inexplicable sense of power and knowledge surrounded him, and he felt more confident and determined than ever before. Strangely, Max, the frightened dog, became friendly only with Pedro, following him everywhere and displaying an unusual affection. As the days went by, Pedro began to distance himself from his family, constantly arguing with his sister and parents for confining Max. He insisted that the dog posed no danger and should be allowed to roam freely and explore the lake of stone. His obsession with Max in the lake began to worry his family, fearing that he was being influenced by something sinister lurking in the depths of the lake. Meanwhile, the mystery of the lake of stone and the strange behavior of Pedro and Max continued to intrigue the family, leaving them increasingly determined to uncover the truth behind the dark secrets haunting that isolated place in the countryside. In a frightening twist, Max, the friendly dog, attacked the neighbors after being released by Pedro himself. The resulting confusion left everyone perplexed, unable to understand what had happened to the animal. Meanwhile, Pedro, still immersed in his obsession with the lake of stone, decided to venture into the dark waters once again. Unfortunately, this dive ended in tragedy when Pedro drowned. His father, upon seeing his son in danger, rushed to the lake to save him. However, as he approached, Pedro attempted to drown his own father, desperately clinging to him. During the struggle, his father ended up ingesting water from the lake. On the same day, something strange began to happen to Pedro's father. He started exhibiting inexplicable changes in behavior, becoming increasingly distant and aggressive. The family was horrified to witness the rapid deterioration of the family patriarch, while the mystery of the lake of stone continued to cast its sinister shadow over everyone involved. A mother and her daughter, desperate in the face of the sinister events that plagued the family, realized they needed to uncover the truth behind the Lake of Stone and the inexplicable changes that were occurring with Pedro's father. Determined to unravel the mystery, they began to investigate the region's past and found ancient accounts of a dark legend involving the lake. As they delved deeper into their investigation, mother and daughter discovered that the Lake of Stone was a portal to another dimension, inhabited by dark and malevolent beings slowly infiltrating their world. The clash between the two realities was unleashing terrible changes in the family and the town's inhabitants. Determined to save their family and halt the invasion of the creatures from the other dimension, mother and daughter decided to confront the Lake of Stone. Armed with courage and determination, they plunged into the dark waters, facing the dangers and challenges that lay ahead. However, upon reaching the other dimension, they were met with a terrifying and chaotic scene where darkness reigned supreme. With one final effort, mother and daughter managed to seal the portal, preventing more malevolent creatures from crossing into their world. Unfortunately, their sacrifice was great. As they returned to their reality, mother and daughter realized they had been affected by the dark energies of the other dimension. Despite saving their family and town from immediate threat, they now faced an internal battle against the forces of evil they had encountered on the other side of the Lake of Stone. In the end, they began to attract people to the lake, warning them that if anyone in the town invited them to swim, they should think twice.